journey begins in a remote corner of space. The mystery, an old exploration ship still functioning. The challenge, to escape. The adventure, the largest black hole ever encountered, where nothing escapes, not even light. The black hole, where no motion picture has taken you before. Rated PG.
Starts Friday at the Como 8 and Seneca Mall Cinema.
1979's Disney movie, The Black Hole, was the first PG-rated movie by Disney. They wanted to, broaden a little bit. Well, this movie, when it first came out, I kind of liked it. And some people really liked it, but a lot of people were like it was mediocre or it was just sucked. Some people say the acting and dialogue are wooden, that it's dark and dingy, and some people say, well, at least that was different. So they say it's not a very original movie, that, there's a robot that looks like Darth Vader. That's kind of a matter of opinion. Just, and on and on. Most people, even if they like it, a lot of times they say the end was the problem. Or it was stupid, especially the end. The beginning was good, but the end was dumb. So we have an all-star cast. Even Roddy McDowell voices a robot that never stops quoting philosophies and old proverbs or whatever. And it's hard not to look at them and think that they were not inspired by R2-D2. So, basic plot, 22nd century space expedition is heading for Earth, having unsuccessfully searched for habitable planets, alien life, which co-star Yvette Mimieux somewhat mistakenly calls habitable life. I can see if she said habitable planets or habitable worlds. But anyway, they never found any aliens, so this movie is alien-free. So, what we have Maximilian Schell as a mad scientist that has, killed the crew, and, well, I shouldn't say everything, but his ship, his ship, is perched near a black hole, and yet it hasn't been swallowed. So when the Palomino, the probe ship with Yvette Mimieux and Robert Forster and all those people, Vincent and all them on board, goes, they try to get closer. They get almost sucked into the black hole, and when they enter the field around the big ship, the USS Cygnus, that is not being swallowed by a black hole, they don't get swallowed either, and they land there. For an emergency landing, and they find all kinds of. They find a few things, but there's not a whole lot of plot. One review said that the characters were colorful, as are the Star Trek people, but these people are not. They're not Star Trek colorful. A lot of people say the characters in Star Trek are weak and could be better developed, but at least they are colorful. They're iconic. So, this big, huge ship, it's made largely of glass and right angles all over the place. There's these multicolored grids in it. And some people say it because there's a violent death, that was the main reason it was PG. Some people said it should have been rated G, but it was completely unrealistically bloodless. Unlike, kind of similarly in Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the big shirtless Nazi guy gets frappéd by the diesel punk-looking plane's propeller, and his insides splattered all over the cockpit canopy. When I took my sister to it, she screamed. So Yeah, what can I tell you? The music has been praised as not being as over orchestrated as John Williams' Star Wars music. Not that it's as good, but it's nice. It was by John Barry, famous for a lot of James Bond movie scores. There is uh, standout. I mean, it sticks out to some people like a sore thumb, and that's where later on in the movie there is this hero's march type thing when the action kind of really picks up. It's real nice, but a lot of people say, "Oh man, it's somehow." To some people, I think it broke the flow of the dark, dingy, solemn music. So you have this big cathedral-like spaceship, and what can I tell you? I mean, the ending towards the end, when the ending starts to seem a little bit kind of with religious references, there is a nice shot of that seems to suggest hell, and the music is real nice too. It's so kind of dark and you know and foreboding and hellish. So the end, it doesn't here really have a major ending. There's a kind of a montage of the characters when they go in there that's kind of spooky, but that's pretty much the end. I walked in during the end credits, so I didn't know what happened, but we never know what happens after that either. So a lot of people hated the ending. Everybody said it was a crappy ending. It was a good movie except for the end and like that. So all I can say is it's. I always knew it was flawed, and when I first saw it, I thought it was really good. But it's watchable for sure. Not to everybody, but it is flawed. It's kind of wooden. It's kind of stilted, and it's the story's thin. So until the next guilty pleasure movie, save me the aisle seat.